वेलकम बैक फ्रेंड्स, मैं सनी जोशी एक बार फिर से आपका स्वागत करता हूं। इन दो सेगमेंट्स में हम बात करेंगे क्रिकेट की, मेरे फेवरेट टॉपिक की, और मेरे साथ दो क्रिकेटर्स हैं, यंग क्रिकेटर्स हैं, उनके साथ बातचीत करेंगे। दे आर लोकल क्रिकेटर्स, ब्रैम्पटन में खेलते हैं और खेलते खेलते कहां जा रहे हैं उस कारवां को हम कवर करते हैं। वेलकम बोथ ऑफ यू।
Thank you very much.
So Zaeem, Sagri and Shahryar, Iqbal, both are cricketers, both play in Brampton. And what are you guys up to now?
So now we're currently going on tour with a team called SEMA.
Okay.
We're going to go to England and play several matches there on a probably 6 to 7 day tour.
Okay. And so what exactly is SEMA?
Well, SEMA is an accounting organization. It stands for the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants.
Okay.
And what they do in respect to this tournament is that they first have a school cricket tournament.
Okay.
For a couple of months, and then they host this or a program called Cricket Across the Pond,
Okay.
which has been running for the past 7 years, with this being the 7th one,
Okay.
where they take 12 students from 16 to 20 years old
Okay.
from various parts of the GTA,
Okay.
make a team, and take them on a tour to England.
Now, according to both you guys, both are young, cricketers. How popular has cricket become in GTA or in Ontario, or let's say Canada overall, that you guys have been watching in the last 5-10 years, I would say?
So from the start, when I started to play cricket, cricket was growing, and it still is. In comparison to other sports, it's getting up there, but it's working there very well, and I'm very proud to be at this phase of where it's growing, and I'm able to help other people too. It's not at the peak as where hockey or football or soccer is,
Right.
but hopefully it'll get to the point at which it'll become the most competitive sport in Canada.
Is it you think the weather that doesn't really help much? Because we only get about 3-4 months of play time for. Other than that, it all has to be indoor.
That's definitely one of the factors that apply to cricket not being one of the top sports in Canada. But I also think it has to do with a lot of other factors. For example, funding for the sports. Also, there are not many teams out there, and also there are not a lot of people who know what cricket is. A lot of people think cricket is a sport that takes maybe 5 to 6 days to play a game,
Right.
and they don't really have the ambition to go out and see what cricket is. So hopefully further on in the future, they'll understand that cricket is a sport for everybody.
Right. Shahryar, I don't know if you guys know this, you must have read it somewhere or the other, that Canada was actually the place where cricket had originated, years and years back. What actually, according to you, happened that cricket just disappeared from, from the Canadian soil?
Well,
Is it because we got too busy playing hockey and basketball and baseball, and we just forgot cricket?
it's not that we forgot cricket. You bring up a good point that all the other sports are extremely popular. However, the other countries that have dominant cricketing teams took more control over that aspect of it. They became really good, really popular, and now cricket is the most popular in Central Asia and Europe.
Right.
England, Australia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. So it's just that they took it over from that point.
Right. Now, how is it now when you see, there are lots and lots of clubs, a lot of action happening. Are there indoor facilities also for cricket, or is it only, the summertime that people play and then it's bye-bye to cricket?
No, not at all. There are grounds for the summer matches,
Okay.
and there are also indoor training facilities that are available when the fall season begins and for winter for indoor training.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
In GTA, in
In the
Brampton?
GTA in Brampton, yes.
Okay. So when did you start playing?
I started playing cricket in 2009.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's been about 5 years?
Yeah, this is my 5th year going.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about you?
I started playing cricket just around 4 years ago.
Okay. So was it, talking about, I was born in India.
Mm-hmm.
So, in India you start playing cricket, when you're like 4 years old, or, that's all you play basically is cricket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it easier, how do you feel, like you guys started 4, 5, 6 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
You think the level would be same compared to somebody who's in England, Australia or India? Is it so easy, to learn everything that quickly, or it takes a whole lot more?
I think in general the whole learning curve to cricket takes some time regardless of where you are. It's just a matter of the quality of coaching that you receive.
Okay.
Whether it be in here or from England, as long as the quality is good, your learning will be at pace.
Right. And who's your coach now?
So currently I'm playing for a team called Ghaznavi Cricket Club, and my coach is Mukesh Narula.
In Brampton?
Yes, in Brampton.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm playing an under-17 team along with the divisions, so I'm playing first division and second division.
Okay. And are you an all-rounder, or what
I'm mainly a batsman. I'm a one-down batsman.
Okay.
But when they need me to bowl, I'm ready to bowl and take some wickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it that, obviously we have another segment to go, so we'll be talking about, it must be really you guys must be excited to actually be going out of Canada and playing a game like this, But what are the challenges that you guys face here on a regular basis?
Well, some of the challenges that we face here is the quality of the grounds. It's not at par with the professional grade grounds in other cricket playing nations, and that plays a huge factor in the way that the game is played out.
Okay.
The pitches and the overall conditions of the grass, and just the overall atmosphere is not adequately funded, and it's not good enough. It is good enough, but it's not the level that is needed for the sport to flourish in the country.
Right. Now, is it like when you were saying about the indoor cricket, is it more on mat that you guys, it's mat practice that you guys do? Is that how, there's a mat
Yeah,
that's rolled,
yeah.
and then you play on it? Is it same as somebody that'll be playing in India, or no, totally different?
In terms of the nets, or like net to ground?
In terms of the nets?
The nets are more or less the same.
More or less the
I
same?
believe so, yeah.
Okay. How about you? What do you feel?
Well, I actually went to India a few years ago back, and I did a little bit of training in Gujarat. And when I went there, it was definitely a huge shock, because I've seen the quality of cricket there in comparison here. And what I saw is that a lot of the kids are dead-hearted on cricket. It's either school or cricket, and what they do, come back from school, it's cricket immediately. Here, you got to balance it very much, because you need to do
What we'll do, guys, we'll take a very short break. We'll come right back, and then we have another segment. We'll talk much more about cricket. दोस्तों कहीं जाइएगा मत, एक छोटी सी ब्रेक लेंगे और आखिरी सेगमेंट में सीमा के बारे में बातचीत करेंगे, इस टूर्नामेंट के बारे में बातचीत करेंगे इन दोनों यंग क्रिकेटर्स के साथ. We'll be right back. वेलकम बैक फ्रेंड्स. हम अपने शो के आखिरी सेगमेंट में पहुंच गए हैं और बात कर रहे हैं ज़ईम सागरी से और शहरयार इकबाल से, जो कि दोनों ब्रैम्पटन के क्रिकेटर्स हैं और इंग्लैंड में जाके एक टूर्नामेंट खेलने वाले हैं. इस आखिरी सेगमेंट में कुछ और बातचीत करते हैं. Shahryar, what exactly, for people that are unaware of SEMA, if you want to explain what exactly is SEMA trying to do, by this tournament, which has been, they've organized it for 6-7 years now?
Yes.
So what is it that they are trying to accomplish through that?
Mm-hmm. So this program, Cricket Across the Pond, as I said before, has been underway for the past 7 years, and this is the 7th year doing so. Okay. And what their primary goal is it's not just to take students and take them abroad to play cricket and have that whole cricketing experience, but it's also for the personal grooming and development of the individuals to become better members of society and better role models. Okay. The whole purpose of it is to, through the game of cricket, to teach them valuable life skills, to teach them social cohesion and interaction, as well as communication leadership. And we take them to England, they take the students and the team members to England as leaders to become ambassadors of the city of Toronto and come back as positive role models for their respective communities. Right. That's what their goal is. And they use cricket as a tool to help it.
Amazing. Now, Zaeem, how was the selection process here?
So throughout the selection process, initially the way it started is there's a tournament held at our school. It's for all high schools, basically, that are selected to come into the...
In GTA.
Exactly, in GTA. So what happens throughout the tournament, the selectors come across and they tell you that you can come and apply for this SEMA Across the Pond, Cricket Across the Pond tournament, that you can fly out to England. So you just have to go onto a website, you register, and then they'll call you up, you get an email saying, okay, the trials are held at this place. So it was a very nice trial. It's held at amazing facilities. It's very equal and fair. Everybody gets a chance to bowl and bat, and it's equal selection. The selectors are watching everybody at the same time.
Who's actually selecting? Is it a group from SEMA that's coming and doing this, or are these cricketers that are doing it?
From my understanding, they're actual cricketers who understand the sport and have a good, thorough understanding of what they asked us is they wanted to know if you know the fundamentals of cricket. Okay. So they asked coaches to come and watch us play, but the coaches had no relationships with any of the players who came and tried out, so it'd be a fair selection. Okay. So they watched all the fundamentals of cricket, and the kids who they thought had the best potential and the best fundamentals were selected to come to the next the further stage in the game.
Right. Now, Shahryar, all the players that got selected that are actually, going out for this tournament, all were formally trained before you feel, or were there some that were just practicing at home or at grounds and stuff like that without any coaches guiding them?
Prior to the selection, right?
Yeah.
No, from my understanding, all of the players play at their own respective clubs.
Okay.
So they've had their own training for
So
the past
there has been a formal training for them before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that definitely helps, you think?
It definitely helps with the skill level and the commitment level as well of the team.
Okay. And Zaeem, the age group is what for this
So
time?
basically everybody from the age group is from ages 16 to 20.
Okay.
So if you're within those age groups and you apply, you have an equal chance to come and get selected and play for SEMA and go to England and have this amazing time.
And the
there.
selections are all done?
Exactly. Selections are completed and we're all ready to fly.
Now
out.
all ready to fly out.
Exactly.
And who's actually the coach that is going to be, is there going to be a coach with the team that'll fly to London?
There is, yes. There's one coach and there's one team manager as well.
Okay. And these people have been playing for a long time for whichever respective countries they belong to before, or like they have vast experience in cricket?
From my understanding, our coach does have experience. At which level, I'm not too sure of, but I know that he is a school teacher and a coach of that school team, and he's been doing that for some time. So he does have the knowledge that is needed to coach.
Okay. And what kind of Zaeem games are we looking at? T20s or one days or?
So basically we're going on tour, so they didn't want to tire us out, so because we're playing 6 games throughout the entire tour. So it's right in between to 30 and 25 over games,
Okay.
just to keep it like a one-day match, close to 20 over game.
Okay. Is it easier to play those 25 over games and stuff as compared to the 50 over matches and stuff? Or obviously because of the time, time it'll take the entire day playing a 50 over. So you're better off. You think it's better the way cricket's going nowadays with T20s and stuff?
The T20 format is definitely the most exciting format, just because it's quick, it's very dynamic, and in terms of overall ease to play, it is rather easy to play. The skill level for any format of the game would be relatively the same. It's all dependent on the energy level of the individual, but
Right.
I would definitely say that it's headed in the right direction in terms of its...
But do you feel that for younger players, newer players, to learn the game actually, it's important to play, test cricket, or it's important to play one-day games, or is it okay, T20 is as good as it?
T20 is, in Canada is as, and one-day games is as good as it gets. We do not play or don't have the opportunity to play full-on test matches here, so
Right.
we don't have that exposure.
Okay.
So we only have the T20s and the one-day games to work with.
And Zaeem, any future plans where you see Cricket Canada would be going towards playing more test matches and the longer format more?
Yeah, so actually I just came back from a Cricket Ontario tour. We're playing at Centennial Park.
Okay.
And that team, selected players are going to go on the Canada tour to Bermuda, who are going to qualify for Canada's under-19 team.
Okay.
So 2 years from that point, we'll go to Bangladesh and play. So hopefully we'll see Canada go in the future and play some test matches there and compete with some of the best teams out there, for example, like India, Australia.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah. Now, who's your role model if we talk about the international cricket scene and the Canadian cricket scene?
Okay, so I am a bowling all-rounder. Okay. So my favorite bowler that I have idolized and I look for him for inspiration is Brett Lee.
Okay.
I love his on-field aggression and his overall mentality. It's very sportsmanlike and I admire that.
Okay.
And Canadian cricket, it'd have to be Ashish Bagai, the former captain. Very calm, very
Everybody
cool.
loves him.
Oh yes, definitely, and there's reason to.
Right, right. And Zaeem, what about you?
So I've always been a South African fan,
Okay.
and my favorite batsman has been A.B. de Villiers, as I'm a one-down batsman.
Okay.
He's always been the guy I look at. I love the way he plays. He has a temperament as a batsman, and he plays the best way. And from Canada's point of view, I have to agree with my partner right here. It's Ashish Bagai as well, because I just see as to be the best role model in Canada currently, and hopefully we'll see some role models grow from us currently.
Right. It's strange and it's funny, what I'm going to ask you now, because both you guys are, South Asians, I would say, and how come I didn't hear Sachin Tendulkar or Shoaib Akhtar? Or when we talk about pace attack, we always think about Imran Khan or Wasim Akram
Right.
and Shoaib Akhtar. And when we talk about batting, there's always Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar. Any specific reason of not naming those guys?
There's no non-specific reason. I mean, they're all absolutely fantastic. And even if I told you that they were my role model, it would still mean the same thing to me,
Right.
just because they are unbelievable players and fantastic role models.
Right.
For me, it was Bretley because I'm an Australian fan. I love their form of cricket, the aggression, and I've been watching that since I started playing cricket.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what is it that you're expecting? Like, you know, when the games begin, obviously you're expecting to win all the games, you know, but any specific challenges that you're going with in mind? You know, things that you think that, yeah, this is what we'll come across.
Some sort of challenge that I do expect to come across is the overall playing conditions in England, just because they are much better than they are here in Canada. And it's that whole adjustment to the ground and the pitch conditions that we have to adjust with and adjust our game according to that.
Right.
So that's what
but do you have
looking
enough
forward to.
time for that, Zaeem?
Hopefully we will have enough time to get acquired to the conditions there. I know England has some of the best grounds in the world
Yes,
for cricket,
yes.
definitely, and hopefully we'll be able to adjust and use that ground to the best of our abilities.
Both visiting Lords also?
Definitely,
Yes, yeah.
yes.
And any games there or no?
And we'll be watching a game actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, because right now India's there too, so
Yeah.
so India-England, it begins on the 9th, so it'll be a good Which days are you guys going for? When are your games?
We land there on the 18th,
Okay,
and our games begin. We land there on I think it's a Friday.
okay,
So our games begin, I think, the Sunday throughout.
okay.
And we have a couple of days. We have 2 days in between where we take the time off to go visit the
And then a
grounds.
week.
Yeah, it's a whole week thing.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. It was a pleasure and good luck. Hope, you know, wishing that Canada does really well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.